Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to our Monday movie discussion. Today we will be talking about The Girl Who Lived Through Time and how time waits for no one and what we do with our time. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my co host, ShyCutie. Hello.
Hi.
Another happy Monday, right? Ooh, girl.
Look,
You know how
we
these
already
Mondays
know,
be treating us,
but
right?
look, it's
So,
been consistent. We just gonna go with it's Struggle
yeah.
Bus Mondays.
No one's immune to Mondays. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It just is across the board, across dimensions. I'm sure in heaven, they got Mondays,
right,
and
right,
could you imagine God just being like, "Oh, I hate Mondays."
right,
That's why they trash. I think God
right,
hates Monday. So it is what
right.
it is. Yeah.
Oh, girl,
Oh, thank you, Trash
right
Can Waves. Hey,
on
shout out to
fleek.
the chat. So yeah, today we're gonna be doing our Monday movie discussion. You know how we do. We talk about the movie, and then we will kind of give our review ratings and how we felt about the movie. And then the second half of the show onward is just us relating the themes in the movie to life lessons and how we relate to them on just a human level. So we like our
Hmm.
Monday chats. We have some good
We
discussions and we have fun.
we dive in. We dive in.
Yeah. So yesterday we did our Avatar: The Last Airbender show, and we did the anime draft, and we had too much fun. I mean, we were just on there cutting up. You know how we get on Sundays. We were just in there cutting up.
Yeah.
We had our anime draft. We had the MCU versus anime. So look for me to clip that and release that later on in the week. And then also this week I should be releasing a list, some kind of anime list, or I'm doing reactions to JoJo out of context, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I think I'm gonna do some
Oh yeah.
out of context reactions. I got some people in my community on Facebook that told me random JoJo moments to watch. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll be releasing that as well. So, yeah, I know you had a busy weekend. I think we haven't really been watching anything. Did you see Euphoria's season finale yet? Salute to Aang.
Uh-uh. Oh man, I gotta watch it
Shout
though.
out to the husband. Oh
What's
yeah.
up, technically present.
Yeah, so Euphoria season finale came on. I'm behind on Attack on Titan, like one episode. I gotta watch that. And I've been
Okay.
watching The Case of Vanitas or whatever it's called, and that's pretty good. And Comey Can't
Okay.
Communicate. So,
Comedy can't communicate. Okay.
yeah, same stuff I was watching last week. So
Okay. Well, yeah, for the
yeah.
most part for me it's pretty much the same. We've gotten into the new series Bel Air, so I
Oh
watched
yeah.
that. It's really good
I
actually. I
haven't
think
seen
they
it yet because I don't have
oh
Peacock, so I haven't watched it yet.
oh girl, it's really good. I think they did a good job so far with like the transition
Mhm.
from the sitcom to the actual show, and like
Right.
the writing is really good.
Okay.
The person they chose to play the part, I think they chose really well. Like he
Yeah, I think the
captures.
cast is like really good actually.
Oh yeah, the cast is
Yeah,
amazing.
from what
Yeah,
I've
the
seen. Yeah.
storyline is really good as well.
Mhm.
And what else have I been watching? I want to go back and rewatch some of the first season of Raised by Wolves,
Oh yeah. I'm watching
because
that again.
there was a couple of things that I caught that I didn't catch, and
Oh,
I
it's
was like,
so
wait a
good.
minute, it's really good.
It's
I
so
have to say,
good.
I slept on sci-fi, like in it's mainly because I'm used to the older sci-fi. So like I think that it got a bad rap for me
Mhm.
personally, but this Raised by Wolves is really good. It's
Oh
really
my
really
god,
good.
there's so much lore and just like, oh, it's so fun to just break down all the little details in
Yeah,
Raised by Wolves. It's never ending. I just love that show. I can't sing its praises enough. But
yeah, yeah.
it's been about 5 minutes, so we'll
Okay,
go ahead and jump into our discussion. I thought my eyes were gonna be a little red because
girl.
girl, I was like sitting there boohooing at the end. I've seen this movie like 5 times, girl. Like this time of the month,
Yeah.
or girl, I was like really over here just like, oh, it just really hit me different this time. I mean, it
Yeah,
always this was a touching film to me. But
yeah,
yeah, it hit different this time, girl. I don't know what was going on. I'm sitting here like I'm really sitting
girl.
here crying. Like
Right. Look, I was over here. I had to get myself together too, because it's been an eventful weekend. So
yeah.
like I was just like, oh, I can't take it.
Nah, don't blame the
I can
weekend
tell.
on the movie. The movie had me over
No, no,
here
no. It's
missing.
not.
Oh,
It
you
was
talking
just
about I
the
got
the emotions. Yeah.
right. Yeah, girl.
Right.
That movie was hitting different this time. I was
I was
not ready.
like, girl, on that
Sorry.
the
I got a
end
my
though.
light was messing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It really got
Whew.
me this time.
I was just like,
So
oh, yeah.
yeah, we'll start with this movie. This movie was made, I believe, I should have this in front of me. But I believe it's made in 2008. So
Was it eight
it's
or
the
six? Let's see.
I feel like it's eight,
Okay, go
but
ahead. Go ahead. I'm
it
gonna
was
look it
it's
up.
called The Girl Who Left Through Time. You know what? I think I'm gonna do something a little different this time. I'm gonna play the
Okay.
trailer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm gonna play the trailer, and honey, if they give me a copyright strike, then I guess when you ever catch this on replay, it's gonna be gone.
Right.
Um, so you can look up the day while I get the
Yeah.
trailer lined up and get my fair use
Yeah.
banner up here ready, even though I don't think they care. Um, oh,
2006.
it's
2006.
2006. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Shout out 2006. Okay. So this is Funimation don't be playing no games. Let me
I
not.
girl.
I know. That's why I be like, Funimation be quick to come up on your stuff.
2 seconds. Strike.
I might. Yeah, Funimation don't be playing. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share. I'm gonna try. We gonna try. Funimation come up on your stuff, like,
Right.
girl, how dare you? But it's
Like
Chrome, so it
2000.
should when this comes on, if you can hear it, just give me a thumbs up, okay, ShyCutie? I just like to
Uh-huh.
make sure the sound is coming through. Okay. All right, can you
Okay.
see this?
Yeah.
Okay, I made it full screen. Okay, just I'm not gonna be able to get a thumbs up. Just say yes if you can hear it when I play it because
Uh,
I'm on the screen. Okay.
okay. Uh-huh.
Thinking that this can't be happening.
Yes.
I'm going to die.
Okay.
This is my last day.
It's about time you got up.
I thought today.
Why that was so funny to me when I saw that.
Right.
Come on, it's not that.
What you experienced, it happens to a lot of girls around your age.
No way. Trust me, it never happens. Come on, this changes everything. I can go back and forth any way I like. I can sleep in after the alarm goes
Ooh,
off.
that
If
food
I
look
forget
good.
something, I don't have to go back to get it.
No, I was
Do you
hungry
think
when
that
I was
someone might be
watching.
suffering from your good fortune?
Huh? Nobody's suffering. I mean, I
Fair
can
use,
always
fair
go back
use.
and do things
I say
over
that
as many
like with
times as I
food.
want.
Right.
Who knows?
I love that time waits for no one.
If I knew this was going to happen, I would have gotten up earlier. I wouldn't have slept in, and I wouldn't have been late. I would have fried that tempura better, and that stupid boy at school wouldn't have been thrown into me. But I'm going to die. This is my last day.
Oh, the music is so beautiful.
It is. That music could just be hitting, boy. That's what
Girl,
be
look,
making
don't
me
have me in here crying. Let me turn this shit off.
look. Right.
Girl, that music came on. I was like, oh, let me turn this shit off because I already feel myself trying to.
Like you
Ooh,
feel
it
get
was trying to
choked.
take me there,
Right.
girl. It was trying to take me there.
Girl,
Okay,
the
but yes,
flood
so
was coming.
it was coming. You start hearing the music. So first, we'll give our reactions to the movie. I've seen this movie multiple times. This is probably like my 7th watch through of this movie. I love this movie. So what did you think of the movie?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was so good. It was so good. I thought for a minute, I thought that the pacing was really good. I was concerned about the pacing at first because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, please don't let it be one of those
Don't do
ones
it
where
to
they
me.
don't do it. Don't
One of
do
them
it.
sleepers, yeah.
Right. You gonna sleep on me and then something big gonna happen, then you gonna
Right.
sleep on, you know what I mean? But the pacing was really, really good. I was actually surprised, But I would say like this movie, the animation was so cool.
Mhm.
Especially when I love how they do this animation when they show how they leap through any kind of time or it was just so good, you know?
Yeah.
And I
I
was
definitely
like,
think I just wanted to comment. I definitely think this film was the blueprint to more modern films. Like
mm-hmm,
you could feel that Weathering with You and Your Name are inspired from this movie. Like you could just feel that it's like the
mm-hmm,
blueprint of this first, like just it's like a
yes,
sleeper slice of life, but then it has this magical element about people connecting through time. It's definitely like the blueprint to me
it is. I think so
of
too.
modern films that have the same kind
Mm-hmm.
of vibe. But yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it was. I agree. Like when on the part when they showed her going through time, it
Mhm.
definitely made me think about Weathering with You
Oh,
because they
Your
had
Name, you
us.
mean?
I mean, yeah, Your
Your
Name,
yeah, yeah.
Your Name. Look, see, look, I'm getting them twisted. But yeah, Your Name because they showed that same kind of like similarities with how they leap through the time and like the
Mhm.
water and everything. And but the animation behind it is just so good, you
Yeah.
know. So I think that was amazing. I did like why they make Chiaki so cute. Like, why
I
was he
know.
so cute?
I
You
definitely had
know?
a crush on Chiaki back in the
Right.
day.
I was like,
Okay.
he's just so cute. They made
Yeah.
him so likable and cute, you know?
And I will say the dub for this is really good. Like the
Okay.
English voice acting is really good. I don't know if you watched it in English or Japanese, but
I
I've
watched
watched
it.
it in Oh, you watching in Japanese?
Yeah.
I
I'm
watched it
scarred
in
from
both.
English dubs.
No, but the voice
This one's
acting
good.
in this one is really good. Like
Okay.
it is good. I've seen it in both, and some is bad, but yeah, I definitely think you should watch it in Japanese a few times. But yeah, the for
Yeah.
me, I watch it in dub now because I've seen it so many times, and it's
Right.
it's really good.
It's
Yeah, I
good.
love
Good.
Chiaki's voice in English. Yeah,
In English.
it's
Okay.
a really good voice.
Okay. Because
Um,
sometimes they make them high pitched and they don't even sound like they supposed to be.
right. No, but
I be
it's
like,
really good. Solid voice
okay,
acting for sure in the dub. So
good. Okay,
yeah.
they did it some justice. Okay, because I
Yeah.
was like, I could watch this English dub, but if it's crabby, I'm stuck listening to it.
And that's the good thing about motion pictures. I think most of the time, motion pictures actually do try to get good talent for their dubs. Like
Yeah.
even Studio Ghibli dubs and stuff, they try to get good voice actors for the dubs. So I mean, you
Okay.
usually run into that problem with more so with like series, the dub voice overs are usually really bad. Oh, like
Right.
and Nosuke's voice in Demon Slayer in English, honey, I cannot
Oh.
stand it. Hey
Oh no.
Monica, thanks for
Hi,
tuning in.
Monica.
Yeah, so I hate dubs some most of the time. But yeah, this movie solid dub acting. Just had to throw that out there. And
Okay. Okay.
what do you think of what was your reaction to the twist with spoiler alert, you have not seen this movie that came out in 2006, honey. I don't know what to tell you, but it's gonna be some spoilers. So what do you think of the twist when she found out how she was time traveling and stuff?
Oh my goodness. I was like, what? Like the
Yeah.
whole time, like he actually knew.
Yeah, he figured it out, I think, when she kept like landing and falling. I think that's how
Right.
he
And she
realized
was
she was
like kind of,
leaping. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, that was a good twist. I didn't see that coming at all.
Really?
I mean, no, no, no. I didn't see it coming at all. I actually thought that it was gonna turn out to be like I actually thought at some point she was gonna mistakenly like run into herself for
Mhm.
some reason. I never expected for it to be that, you know.
Yeah, I think
Like,
when I first saw it, I definitely was like, okay, I thought it was just gonna be one of those mystical, she got powers or something like that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
realizing it was a device that was letting her kind of
right,
do
yeah,
that was nice. And so, I usually give
yeah.
a quick synopsis of the movie for people who are
Hmm.
watching and maybe didn't see the movie. So this movie is Monica said I love plot
Mm.
twist. Yeah, it's a good plot twist. So this
Same here,
movie is
Monica.
about what's her name? Makoto?
Makoto, yeah.
Yeah, Makoto's teenage girl. She's riding her bike one day. The brakes go out, and she's heading down this hill, head first into a train, and she dies in the crash. But she ends up jumping through time and going back. So then she realized she has this ability to reverse time, to leap through time. So most of the movie, the first act, she's like figuring out the power, leaping back through time, using it for all kind of stuff. And then the second act of the movie, she is faced with she has two guy friends, and she's starting to be faced with the reality that, oh, one of them likes her, and just kind of like her
Mm-hmm.
interpersonal relationships. So she starts to use her time jumping abilities to run from the feelings and the emotional connections and the interpersonal relationship and the stresses
Yep.
that it's bringing to her. So she spends
Yep.
the second act mostly wasting her time jumps. She notices she has 90, I think, at the beginning, when she
Mm-hmm.
realized she has 90 jumps, and she ends up blowing through most of those, just avoiding her own love life and trying to help
Right.
her friends' love life. She uses a lot
Right.
of them. And then, like, in the last moment, I think she needed to use the last one to save her friend because she was reversing time and changing the path of things. And so,
Yeah.
hey Jay, so she ended up
Hey Jay.
realizing basically that one of her best friends, she had an orange hair friend, Chiaki, and I don't know what the other guy's name was, but she had two guy
S-
friends. I don't remember. Yeah,
Sukas.
don't get me lying, but she had two male friends, and Chiaki ended up being from the future. He had traveled back to her time to see a work of art that didn't exist in his time, and people in his time had the ability to time travel using a device, which is how
Yep.
Makoto ended up time traveling. So she finds out that Chiaki is in trouble now because he told her that he time jumping. That's against the rules. So now he had to, was he deleted or he had to just go back? Did they delete him?
Chiaki. At
Yeah, when
first,
he was like, "Imma get in trouble." I don't know what happened, but
yeah, it
he
was
was like,
kind of
"Imma get
like
in
he,
trouble."
yeah, he. It looked like he kind of just got deleted.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but she found out that he got in trouble for revealing the ability to time travel, and
Yeah.
so she ended up getting one of her jumps back. So basically, she goes back, fixes everything, give him his time traveling device back, and he goes back to his time, and everything is fixed. And that's pretty much how the movie ends. And she comes to terms with her feelings for him, his feelings for her, and of course, at that point, he had to go back. So it was um really sad. I mean, it was sad. It was like bitter. It was a bittersweet end, I would say. So that's pretty much the gist of the movie. So let's get into, because we're going to talk about some of the themes in the movie, but first let's give our review of this movie. And so what would you tell somebody who wanted to watch this movie?
I would say, if you this is a really good, like, solid beginning to end kind of
Mhm.
movie. It's very, like, it's very chill. It's if you're just looking for, like, just something that you can, like, sit down, chill, have a few friends, you want to watch this movie, this is a good one to watch. I
Mhm.
think that is a good, the pacing with the time, and, like, her growth through the time leak was really, really good. Like, if you a
Yeah.
person who appreciates, just watching
Coming of
progression
age.
and
It's like
coming of
coming of it's a
age.
coming of age movie
It
basically.
definitely is. Yeah. If you,
Mhm.
like, enjoy that kind of thing, I think that you should definitely give this movie. And I would actually have to give this movie solid for me, like, nine
It's a
and a half.
9. So that's her rating. She gave it
Yeah.
a 9 out of
It's
10.
it's
Yeah.
it's really good. Yeah. The pace, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have too many complaints about it.
Mhm.
Um I think that there's places where I thought they were gonna, like, fall short. They did it.
Yeah.
So anytime a movie
Yeah.
does that for me, they get, like, high props, for me.
Yeah. Would you watch this movie again?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I definitely will. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Like,
I'll
this would
give
be
my
my go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was like, this will be one of those movies. It'll be on the list with my other, like, Korean dramas and Japanese dramas, where I just can
Mhm.
watch it over and over again, just to
It's
kind
really
of just
good.
have something. Yeah,
There
I
is a
like
live action adaptation. I haven't watched it.
really.
But I don't know if this is good. Yeah. I kind of feel like I just love the art style of this movie, and I
Hmm.
love, like, I just can't imagine myself loving the live action remake as much, because I definitely think the animation suited it so well, and it made it kind of more
Hmm.
endearing. I
Hmm.
like the
Hmm.
simplified drawing with, like, no shading and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, it's a solid movie. It's good pacing. The first, second, and third acts are all strong for their own
yeah.
reasons. It's not
Hmm.
one of those. It is kind of slice of life. It is like relaxing and calming, but it definitely keeps you. The pacing is really good. Like
Hmm.
how it starts and some of the things to tie every part together, like the small details. When you watch it multiple times, you start picking up on small details and stuff. So yeah, it's a great
Mm.
movie. Solid for me. One of my favorites. Like I said, it's like the seventh or eighth time I've watched this movie, and it
Mm-hmm.
still hits every time. The music is beautiful. Like the
It is so
soundtrack is
good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So highly recommend this. My rating for this movie. I can't give everything 10 out of 10. I give it a 9. I give it a 9 out of 10. I think in its age, some of the CGI is a little like when he was getting sprayed with the water hose. It was
Right.
definitely like, ooh, this some real 2008 CGI. Or 2006 CGI. It was struggling a little bit, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So its age is showing, but it ages well. And if you like Your Name and you like Weathering with You, you would love this movie. It's
Yeah.
like
I agree.
it's up there, yeah. So
It's
yeah, that's
really up there.
our ratings of the movie. I did
Yeah.
want to talk about this. Do you think her witch auntie was her?
The witch auntie was her. Like,
Yeah, her auntie witch. Yeah.
oh, was actually what's her name? Girl, don't have me
Yeah, I feel
butchering
like it
names
was
over
her.
here.
Makoto, yeah. I think her
Makoto.
I think that was her. Yeah.
You think that was her,
I
like
really
in
do
the
think it was
future
her.
kind of thing?
Yeah, I think she came back
I don't.
because like the Chiaki said in the future they were able to time travel, like it was a normal thing in the future, like they were able to do that.
Yeah.
And then she said that they happened to
Uh-huh.
her when she was younger, and she was
Right.
back. You did see what her job was, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Her job was to like take care of paintings, and she worked in the museum. And she told
I.
Chiaki that she would
Mm-hmm.
do everything she could to make sure that painting survived his
Right. His
his
time.
time. Yes.
Right. And
So
then
I
she
think that
said,
was her.
he said he'll be waiting for her. I, there was one point I did wonder because when she was telling her about a guy that she waited on and time passed and she waited so
Yeah.
long and like the guy never showed, I guess.
Right.
So and
Yeah,
then
I think. Yeah, go
but
ahead.
then but I I was like, I'm wondering if that's her. But then there was like one little piece that made me think it wasn't her, because when she
What
was
was the piece?
when the auntie said to her, "You're not like me, you're the kind of girl that would chase the guy."
Yeah, but I think she's saying that like she regretted just waiting on him.
Yeah. And
I think
instead
she
of
was
like
saying that now
chasing
you have
him.
a chance, like, yeah, go after him because you're waiting. Like I sat here and waited on him. I think
Yeah.
that was her. I really do think that was her. I
You
think
think that
because
was
her
her?
job fits what Makoto said she was gonna do
Yeah, it
because she
does.
wanted to make sure that painting survived. They showed that painting that it was
Yeah, it was
gone in that
there.
first part, and I think the painting that she was telling her about is probably the painting he traveled to see.
Yeah, because they showed it
Right.
they showed it like at the very beginning show.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good point. It
And
could.
if she had to wait from him, she probably was old when her and Chiaki met. And so I was just thinking she probably died. It was the love of his life. She probably died, and that painting was like a connection he had to her, and that's why he would travel. He didn't care what to see that painting because he knew it was connected to her.
To her.
So I feel like the painting was like
Oh,
their way of connecting through time,
that's interesting.
and that's how they find each other.
Yeah.
That's just my theory. I think it's her, and I also think that she
Oh,
gave her that one time skip back. Cause she said,
okay.
yeah, she was like, "Oh, I didn't use it." Maybe that's wrong, but I don't know about that one. But she said, "I didn't. He did this, so I didn't have to use it, so I got my time back." I think when the Auntie Witch was sitting with her that last time, and she was telling her about the guy, and then you saw her
Yeah.
picture she had, and their faces disappeared.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh,
like that's kind of
yeah.
like, and then when she used her time, it was almost like when you time jump, the people face kind of disappear from it, like kind of
Yeah.
disappears from
They
your
do kind
memory.
of fade. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think she
Uh-huh.
sacrificed one of her something to give her a skip so she can go back. I just think
Mm.
I think it was actually her that gave her one more skip.
Mm. Now that I guess I can see that. I didn't really
Yeah.
Because
Because
I
it's
mean,
her. If it's the same person, if it's you just in the future, if it's future you talking to past you, and
yeah,
she could somehow do something to reverse, like she could technically give her a skip back
she could. Yeah,
if she changed
she
something on
could.
her timeline.
Yeah, because she did the same thing for Chiyaki.
Right.
So I mean, I guess that's a possibility because I honestly can't think of another alternative.
Cause she said, yeah, he used it. I'm just like, why were the people in her picture, their faces was disappearing? I feel like that
Right.
in that moment she was giving her back a skill, and it might have been related to her memory of those people, and like that's
Okay.
why they
In
were
that picture.
disappearing or something like that. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
Yeah.
that's
That's your
that's my
theory.
theory. Yeah, that is her.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's interesting because I mean, yeah, because I remember when Chiaki was telling her that a certain someone was feeling bad about the Susuke guy
Hmm.
dying. So he
Hmm.
actually did die, but he used some of his
Yeah.
time to like. So I mean,
Save
I
them.
guess
Yeah.
that's to save him. So I mean, it's a possibility because it seems like they know things that the other person doesn't know sometimes,
Yeah,
like
because
because of
like
the
okay, so but if him saving the guy gave her back a time, she would have had it back instantly. Like if when he saved the guy and used
yeah,
his instead of her, it
right,
seemed like she would have got it back right away. Like
yeah,
almost like like a transaction didn't go through, it bounced back. So it seemed
right,
like she would have gotten it back in that moment if she ended up not using it. That's why I said it
right.
seemed more to me like Auntie Witch had something to do with it because she didn't get it
Something to
back to
do with it,
after she was like, yeah, you would do it, right? It
right?
just seemed like she definitely was the reason she got one back.
That she got one back, and it
Hmm.
seemed like it happened right when she like figured it out,
Yeah.
like
She
like
gave her the
oh,
boost, like, okay, you can figure it out. And then she gave her a skip, sacrificing one of her memories, gave her past self back a skip. And then that's how she
that's
went back and fixed it.
went
That's
back and
that's
like
my
fixed it. That's
my
your
road
theory.
theory. Yeah,
Um,
I think it's her. Because we don't ever
okay.
see she called her Auntie Witch. We don't know why she called her Auntie Witch, which means she would seem like she has like knowledge of the future or something. Like this is her thing. So it's like, why does she
Yeah,
have knowledge of the future? Why?
right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Interesting. Huh. Okay, that's a good theory. I didn't even
and
really.
also, she said girls you're around your age do experience this a lot, and the time traveling capability does
Yeah.
not exist in Makoto's
Her.
current time because it's a
Right.
thing that they develop in the future.
In the
So how
future.
could she
Yeah.
have experienced that as a young girl if the technology didn't even exist yet?
Right. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
interesting too. Yeah, that's a good point. How would she? Because she did say that.
Yeah,
She
and it
did
was like it's
say
like a spiritual thing. It's like technology that allows them to time travel in this
to
movie.
time
So
travel.
yeah.
Right. That would make sense because to some degree, at one point, I did feel like her Auntie Witch knew
Hmm.
Chiaki,
Yeah.
but she just wasn't saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they were talking about that photo, and when she was talking about the guy that she waited on and all that stuff. So I guess
Yeah,
that could,
cause he said he was gonna come back. Or no, he's
yeah,
then when she did it, she changed time. He said he gonna be waiting on her. So I
right.
just feel like it ends up
Say
being
he
this thing, but I
this
don't know.
thing,
That's just
right.
I had to talk about that theory.
That is
But
an interesting theory. Because go
yeah,
ahead.
I just really think it's her. I really
It
do.
could be. It really could be her.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because it seemed like her Auntie Witch and Chiaki both had been to the future before already. It's like
Hmm.
they knew something that Makoto did not know yet
Right. And they didn't tell what
because of
happens
her
in the
age,
future.
and
But
they
yeah, I
didn't want
definitely
to tell.
think. Yeah. So I just wanted to put that theory out there. If y'all
Interesting
have seen
theory.
if y'all seen the movie, do you think Auntie Witch or the lady she was talking to was Chiaki? I mean, not
It's
Chiaki,
her,
girl. Was Makoto.
Makoto.
Sorry. So next we're gonna go into we've been talking about it for 30 minutes. So you gave it a 10 out of 10. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Highly rated. we definitely suggest
Yeah.
you watch this movie. It's just really good. It's really touching. Did it make you cry
Yeah.
again?
Oof.
She don't want to admit it. Did it make you cry? Yeah. Yeah, I was crying, girl.
I
It
was
made
like,
me
I was
cry.
running when I was like, running a little behind.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you she told me that's why she was late. You was there. I was like, oh, my eyes about to be on the screen looking crazy.
I was just getting my eyes together.
Yeah, I was like, oh, never
Look,
put my
girl,
makeup on before I finish a movie.
sinuses and everything coming out.
Oh,
Like,
that's why you on here draining and stuff. Got you. And now the truth comes out. It got you good. Yes, it's very touching.
oh my
Yeah,
god! But
she had some serious crying scenes in this movie.
girl,
She was
that
letting it
last
all out.
right. I love the anime, like how they like show like how distraught she was, like how she
Oh
fell
yeah.
up to her knees and she was like,
Shout out to that voice actress.
right.
Even
That
in
was
dub, I
good.
could feel it was like, oh, that's one of them deep cries from like way down. Oh yeah,
Right.
they
Like
did
just
good.
like whoo.
Yeah, it was just like really a deep cry. So it was definitely good.
Yeah.
So we'll go over some of the themes in this movie. We kept seeing obviously time waits for no
For
one
no
is a
one.
big theme in this movie. And also I noticed the theme of you don't get second chances realistically, and even when you do think you're getting a second chance, it has an effect. So it's not always
Yep.
without you know,
Consequences.
yeah, without consequence, right? And then
Yeah.
the last
Yep.
one that I noticed was what do we do with our time? Even then when we
Yeah.
played the trailer just now, she was saying if she would have known that was gonna be the day she died, she would have not woken up late. She wouldn't have wasted her time. She would have did things different. So those are the three major themes we'll be discussing. And so as usual with our Monday movie discussions, we will invite it's open panel. So this is y'all chance to come up and just chat with us about the movie, about the themes, and we're gonna go through each one of the themes and feel free to leave your thoughts. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat if I can get myself together. Well, I'm glad to know I'm not the only one who was late because I was sitting up in my house, snotty nose, crying over this movie. It's like, oh, this stream about to be a little late today.
I looked at the clock and I was like 11:59. My
That's what
eyes
you
ain't
get
gonna be
for
ready.
pushing the clock. Yeah, what do
Mm.
you do with your time? You better learn from the movie. She said, "I see now you on here looking crazy on your stream. Should have watched this yesterday instead of watching Euphoria." But I be on Twitter. I was like, I gotta watch it. Okay, so I'm gonna do my quick little commercial. So I stream 3 times a week at 3 p.m. That is why my name is Kawaii123. Makes it easy to remember. I stream Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays. On Sunday, we do our otaku talk. Yesterday, we did Avatar: The Last Airbender. This week, we'll be doing a mukbang and we'll be eating ramen, some snacks, and Twan will be eating natto. So that will happen this weekend. And then today we're talking about The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. This is our Monday discussions. You can join in. And Thursday's our Shōjo show. Right now we're watching My Dress Up Darling live and reacting to it. And we play games of various types. Last week we played Women of Zal, which is made by a Black creator. It's a visual novel and it has a bomb soundtrack. It's really good. So definitely check it out. And if you like what I do, if you're enjoying this content and you've watched us a few times and you like kicking it with us, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you know when we go live and you can join with us. When you hit the like button, the algorithm realizes that people like you enjoy this content and it will thus show it to more people like you. So do me a favor and make sure you give that algorithm a little snack, okay? And look at Trash Can Wait. What's the side eyes for? And that is the end of the commercial break. All right. So, oh girl, you on mute, my bad.
No, I was just trying to make sure,
Yeah. So we got Jay back here in the backstage. I'm trying to figure out why Trash Can Waves leaving me side eyes in my chat. You got something to say?
I'm
Go ahead.
Trash Can Waves. What's up with that? Were you crying? Is that why?
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna go ahead. I don't see Jay on the screen. I don't know if you're ready to come up. You don't have to cam up, but I just need to know if you're ready. Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready for me to bring you on. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna invite Jay. Welcome back to the show. Hello.
Welcome, Jay. How you doing today?
Konnichiwa, minasan.
Hello. How you feeling today?
I'm okay. As you guys can see, I got a lot of stuff on my bed. I'm actually putting things up. But
Okay.
I told you I wasn't gonna miss your show so I could hear everything you were saying. Well, as I was cleaning and putting things up, I was hearing everything you guys had to say about the movie. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your assessments. So
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
yeah.
We appreciate you.
Um this is one of those films, and I guess like a concept that needs to be said about like what do you do with your time?
Mhm.
I think I really when I watched it at the time I did when I was at that age, um here's another thing too. When we're watching those movies of that time when you're younger, they really make you think. And when you get
Mhm.
older, you think about it even more. Realize that
Yeah.
because you're an adult and you don't have that childish mind that kept you from thinking outside. What's cool, or like what's more, what just gets you excited.
Mhm.
Now that I'm older and I look at the movie even now, yeah, there's a lot of themes and messages in there that you can take
Mhm.
and try to apply it to your life.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
think about like if I went back in time, would I change this? Would I change that? And I realized
Mhm.
overall, and this is just me, it may be cliche to say, but I wouldn't change anything
Mhm.
Mhm.
because without those things happening to me, I wouldn't turn out to the person I am now, and actually be in a situation that I'm in right now currently.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
everything plays its factors, and some things shouldn't be touched, but I would change one thing. I don't think it has overall to me becoming a nicer person or anything like that, but
Mhm.
it's just
Mhm.
something. At least with our last I would say with our last conversation that we had, or the last anime you produced, when I talked
Mhm.
about making a shrine for my grandmother, it was
Oh
the
yeah.
thing I would change. It would
Yeah.
be that. That's the only thing I
Right.
would.
Right. Yeah.
Just reeling in the home, but
Mhm.
So
for
that
me,
that
like when I watch the movie, I understand the girl like a little bit of what she might be going through sometimes, because you get
Mhm.
this ability, then you start changing. See, it starts from it works its way up. You start off
Mhm.
from ants, you work your way up to people. That's how I see it.
Uh,
And then it's
yeah.
Right.
just like, it's cool the first few times, but then after that, you get a little reckless with it. That's going to
Yeah.
Oh
change
yeah.
everything.
You're
That's what
right.
the
Oh
whole
yeah. She
technically the Flash series is about. He's got to stop
Yeah.
running through time and stop chasing stuff. Hence,
Yeah.
and running
hence
from
why his
stuff.
stupid ability. Yeah,
And
Yes.
running from stuff, yeah. So I
exactly.
think that you must be able to connect with it uh on a good level too because of that, of like having at least that one thing that you feel like, oh yeah, if I could change that, and like kind of understanding it from that perspective of like, yeah, I wouldn't change much, but I would change that one thing. I feel like that would make you connect with the film even more because you had that one
Right,
thing
because you're
that
supposed
you
to
would
learn from your
change.
mistakes, though. And
Right.
I would say
Yeah.
both you ladies have in your lifetime. I don't know much about you from hearing the way you speak and
Mhm.
on your trial and tribulations. I can read off of you that those mistakes have made you a better person, and that you've
Hmm.
learned from them. The same thing
Well,
with me.
thank
I'm
you.
still learning from them.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always every day. But go ahead, ShyCutie. I
Yeah.
see you want to say
It's
something.
he
every
said every day.
Every
it's
day, yeah.
daily. No, it really is a daily thing. Because I was she made me really like think about like how when she said if I knew that I was gonna die when I got up late, and just brings it back to like really just making the most of your time because it's precious. You don't ever get it back. Um, and I think that she really took for granted the ability to leap through time,
Yeah.
and not really valuing the leaps even, and like just like I said, making the most of the moments that you're in,
Right.
like,
hmm
and because sometimes like which was really sad that because of how she chose to respond, she almost missed out on something good for herself.
Mhm.
And
That's the
it
real
was
thing.
just kind of like, wow, like we as humans, like we tend to do that. We tend to think that, oh, it'll be okay, we can do it tomorrow, or oh, it'll be
Right.
okay. And you might not have tomorrow. You might only have 10 minutes, but you don't know that. So I think it's a really good lesson about like just really like living in the moment, which is something that I told myself I would do, you
Right.
know,
Right.
just live in the moment and enjoy the time, even if it's not such a great time. It's just kind of like appreciating it and seeing like what you could take from it, even if it seems negative. Sometimes there's a lot of positive that come from negative things. So
Yeah. And you definitely see that in the movie, even with the guy who threw the fire extinguisher and it hit the girl and like really hurt her. I think it
Oh,
was even like him showing learning the same lesson. Like you don't get second chances. You can't always take stuff back. Like he did that in anger and he was just kind of seeing red and he couldn't like change what he did, you know? And so I definitely saw that coming through in the movie. And yeah, I definitely think that, you know, what do we do with our time? Like I think the best teacher of that for me is kids. Like I know as a parent, you have all these things that you want your kids to be and all these plans you have with your kids, but oftentimes we feel like we have forever to kind of just get it together and our kids going to be there, but they just like are just growing up the whole time. And I've definitely had, I'm dealing with a situation right now. I've definitely had moments where like, okay, let me forget my plans that I had of how this would go because she's getting older every day. And every day I don't do something, I'm like really making her miss out on something. I'm holding her back from something that she could be doing because of what my plans
Yep.
are for her, and my plans take time. And it's like I only have so long. I'll be her mother forever, but I only have her for so long, like in my house
Mm-hmm.
as a kid. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's definitely one of the biggest things that I still struggle with. Like, oh, I want this and I want that, but it's like, okay, but can you do that today? All right, if you can't do
Yeah.
that today, then I need you to make the best decision and like taking time into consideration and respecting
Yep.
time that is
Yep.
still going. Every day you sitting here in
Every day.
action, time is still moving. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I
definitely.
I think that being a mom definitely hits that, you know, that note, that nail on the head.
Yeah.
Like being a mom, being a parent makes you really realize like, man, these kids grow up fast, you know, like I'm sitting here like I got a 17-year-old about to be 18, you know.
Right.
I'm like, he gonna be driving, he gonna get a job, he's about to be a young adult. He's already a young adult
Yeah, he's
and
about to be a man, grown man.
grown man. And I was just like, you know, it's a very like it's a very, it makes you anxious a little bit because you know you want to like make sure that like you instill in them things that you want to instill in them when they have to go out into the world. And like
Yeah.
you don't realize how fast that time goes until like, oh crap, he's 16 years old, like
Then
what
you start
happened,
panicking, like
you
having that
know.
moment like Makoto had where
Right.
she's like, I would have did this, and you're like, dang, did I teach him enough? Did I teach him this? Did I teach him survival skills? You had it.
Yeah.
It's almost like the same like panic when you realize they leave and like, dang, he could really just get up and move out
And
next
move
next
out like
year
tomorrow, right? Right. Yeah.
or enlist
But
in the
I
military or something. Like he
right
could
and
just be gone.
be
Yeah.
gone. Yeah. And I think that because of that though, it did help me to really appreciate my kids for the human beings that they are, like accepting them for who they are and meeting them where they are and like not imposing like what I think they should be or do onto them, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
just kind of really trying to really hear them tell me what they see, what they want, you know, and
Right.
letting them know it's okay for you to do something that's not like what I've done or their dad has done because y'all are your
Yeah.
own people. I just want to make sure that you feel supported, you feel like heard, you feel, you know, like we are really looking out for your interests, you know,
And they
your
not wasting
interests.
their time.
Yes,
I
please.
told you I had to wake up with Black Air Force One energy today on my child, honey. I was on
Girl.
in here like, look, if I find let me
Right.
catch you not doing what you're supposed to do to make your life
Right.
better. On site, we fighting, we scrapping. I
We
love you,
fight.
but
Right.
I look, I love
We
you,
scrap. Right.
but hey, we here to do
Hey.
what's necessary. So we really had to
Yes.
have this conversation because it's like, look, I love you,
Mhm.
I respect you, but at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and watch you squander away your time and your talent.
Yes. Right. And
Because
it's
I
like
wish
a
I would
very
have had. I really wish it was a few times in my childhood where I could have used a foot up my ass, figuratively and maybe literally, just to like get
right.
me to do what I needed to do. Because I was really out here
Yeah.
just like I was like the girl in the movie, like yeah, I'm just gonna sit in my classes and draw the whole time and not do my work,
Right. Be
wasting
emo.
time,
Right.
wasting time, intelligence,
Yeah.
everything. How many opportunities did I squander away
Right.
just doing that
Yeah.
in my childhood? So Yeah, definitely. Maybe that's why this movie hit different. Cause I'm like older and I got kids now, and I'm like, oh,
And you're
seeing them
like, oh
cry.
my God. Right.
It's about snotty nose crying, y'all. It was bad.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
but it makes you it's very humbling. It makes you really like think about like, okay, what do
Thanks
you
for stopping
hi
by. Hey, Savvy
savvy
Sentient.
sentient?
I like that name.
I do too. Savvy
Yeah,
sentient.
it was hitting different. For
Right,
sure.
girl. Because
Yeah.
I had to take my 17-year-old's phone during homeschool hours today because you know
Yeah.
I choose confrontation.
Yeah, we choosing violence. I said if I got to whoop you every day, I don't
Then
want to do
hey,
it. I don't believe in it. But hey, if
right,
that's
but
what you need, hey, that's what
Yeah.
I get. What'd you
I'm
say,
actually
Jay?
glad that both mothers are here. I see what y'all both are saying.
Yeah.
yes,
Oh man, oh man, the discipline I'm gonna be giving my kids. Like, listen, me and the wife cannot go. We is not gonna argue about this. There ain't gonna be ain't no debate with me on this. How I'm gonna do it.
Right.
The same thing goes for the girls because I thought about it and I'm like, nah, she gonna get it too. The
yeah,
difference is
Yeah.
the wife has to do it though. That's the thing. I can't ever show it's okay for a man to do that. But the thing is, don't worry, I'm gonna stay on topic, guys. But
Oh no,
when we're talking
you
about
good.
spending time with your kids, because
you.
this relates to it. The time I spend with them is going to be replaceable for me. The best moments will be when I spend with my significant other and my kids. Basically, those be the two important things to me once I have that. And I guess, like
Yeah,
I said, you got to value your time. You got to also make sure your kids value their time as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
even the time when I'm disciplining you, that's time that's not going to be wasted. Because
yep,
I want you to make sure, because the thing is, you're going to have more time than I did.
Yeah,
yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's true.
because I don't want to be one of the dads that's just so busy he can't spend time with his little girl, his little boy. That's not happening. I'd be like,
yeah,
Mm.
I'll take some days off, and I'm like, trust me, I'm gonna course correct you, but also I'm gonna spend time with you, take you somewhere
Yeah,
fun at least. When I
right,
know that you've earned that too.
I
yeah,
think
And I've
that's
always said
good.
the time that you gotta let them be kids, let them be kids. Don't let them become adults so quickly. Just let
Mm-hmm.
them be kids and play.
yep,
That's
yep,
that's what people. I really mean that too. Let them be kids.
I
It's more
agree.
beneficial to them in the
yeah,
long run. Listen till they get older. Because it's
Yeah, and when you start getting into teenage years, it get real
teenagers
anyway.
almost start rearing your
yeah,
head, and girl or
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. Oh
it's
yeah,
true. And like you said, the
it's true.
girls need it too. It's like maybe the life lessons that they're being pushed towards are a little different because, like you said, men
Right,
have a burden
Yeah,
than women. But it's like, girl, I can't have you just out here like this now. Come
yeah,
on,
exactly. And you got
I
to be the
can't
one
have
teaching
you.
them to be a lady and a woman. So, and
Right.
that's why
right,
I said
yeah,
that's what I'm counting on my significant
hmm
other to take care of that. And I got her boy. Please believe
Mm-hmm.
I
right,
got him. I ain't
yeah,
when I say jump, don't think about jumping. You jump.
Right.
When
You can
right,
ask later.
Yeah,
You better
right,
jump
exactly.
though.
Ask me later
right,
you done jumping.
Right.
So, but
exactly.
yes,
Just do,
like our time is
yes,
precious, and
it is.
I know both of you two are mothers, and you guys got husbands too. But the thing is, like I said, cherish that time because that time is irreplaceable. It really
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I've
is
seen
true.
older people regret it in life. I mean, my own dad, like
That
he
too.
wasn't around when we were younger, and like when he older, it's just like I think he regrets a lot of it, and he could feel the effects of what that means. I think sometimes in the
Right,
moment, which relates back to the theme of the movie Time Waits for No One, I think sometimes
yeah,
we as people can get so caught up in what we going through and what we got going on and why we did what we did. And
hmm
once again, it's like the whole
yeah,
time you was over here beefing with my mom and trying to stroke your ego out here in these streets, doing all the stuff you did. Like we were
right,
growing up without you.
yes,
And
Without
like we
you,
exactly.
it's
can't,
a lot.
yeah, we
Yeah,
can't go back and change it. So now that you're older,
man.
it's not like we could just all of a sudden have this attachment to you that we never had.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Yes,
just
not
like,
there.
yeah, it's not there. I mean, it's it's like I love you, my father. I'm always gonna honor you, respect you. Like I'll ride for you. I'll come up in the hospital, cuss somebody out. But at the same
Yeah.
time, there are some aspects of I had to go out. I
That's
I
feel
good.
like
know.
I do that for anybody because I was a nurse. Like, what they
Right.
did, girl? I'll come up. I do
So,
that for anybody though.
Kiss the booty
But
right.
for me, my lady.
yeah, I'd be like, don't be doing it. So,
Yeah,
but
don't do
I will
that.
do that for him. But there are some aspects
Yeah,
that we bumped heads in, like especially his relationship with my kids. Like as
right.
granddad, like that. It's funny how
hmm
our relationship as him being in the home as a father affected his relationship with my kids as a grandfather.
Yeah.
And we've had, it's not that I don't want him to have that relationship, but there is this lack of trust there to some degree.
Right, right.
Because
And
I'm
that's
like,
fair. It's fair
yeah, I
criticism.
was
That's
like,
for
first of
sure.
all, you're a man. I got 3 daughters. Like, I would say this:
Look.
my dad has never done anything. There ain't
Right.
never been said a word, and I don't necessarily believe that he would do anything. But it's also at
Right.
the
Right.
same time, like there was this comeback of like, oh, I want your kids to come. His wife wanted my kids to come spend time with them, and I was just like, first of all, I don't know you. Um,
I know her.
and she's
Right.
like, he's your father. I was like, but I did not grow up with him in my home. So you're
Right.
telling me to
So.
send my 2-year-old to y'all house to hang out for the weekend? I'm gonna
Oh,
say no.
wow.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Sorry.
I'm the
no.
same way on that. And just like
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
I've got to take into consideration to like any woman that gets introduced into my world. Like I want you to
Right.
know your mother and father, people who raised me, then the only two I think you should meet are my aunt Sweetie and my other aunt, and that's pretty much it right there. My 2 uncles.
Right.
Right.
You can meet my 2 brothers. This is the real family right over here,
Right.
all over here,
Right.
Right. Yeah.
right here,
Yeah.
and
No one has a right.
nobody trust me.
Nope.
And trust me,
Nope.
they like I said, nobody besides them are the only ones I would even trust to be around my kids. Would be them.
Yeah.
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 Wait, go
It's
ahead,
like that.
ShyCutie. I can tell you
Yeah.
got some. You wanted to
Oh
say.
yeah. No, I was just trying. No, you good.
No, you're
No, I
right.
was
But
trying to really like hear Jay's thoughts. I was trying to make sure he was
well,
done.
the
Yeah.
follow up more to the like and the thing when it came to my time. Like recently, I just finally got done and talk with my little brother after I talked to him for so long because we actually connected back in Christmas because he said and we literally just we literally talked and since we're planning on doing anime and stuff together. I told him, I told him, brother, there has not been a single day since you stepped on my doorstep that you wasn't my brother that I didn't think about you, little bro,
Oh.
because
Hmm.
that's an irreplaceable bond and a brotherhood that
Right.
we have that I ain't gonna let that just disappear and come up with the excuse, oh, I lost contact, and the words ain't gonna come out of my mouth. Nah, bro, I was still trying to get in contact with you, and I finally did, which is good. And
That's really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just like that. We would just catch, and we was literally talking just for like the good 15 to 20 minutes, talking, telling them, I'm like, bro, I'm here if you need anything, dude. Talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Literally,
Hmm.
nobody ain't gonna mess with my nieces, your daughters. I got their
Yeah.
backs, just like when my kid gets born, you gotta know you got their back too.
Hmm.
In case anything were to befall me or befall you, trust me, because I'd always have your
Yeah.
back. Because we
That's
family,
nice.
and
That's
I
really
cherish
nice.
that
Yeah.
time and that's like
Right.
that relates to the whole topic.
Yeah.
Buying your time. Like even though you
Yeah.
realize how much it's been since you two have seen each other, you two grown up
Right.
thing, and it's just like it could come like that just with the kids. That can happen
Yeah.
to my nieces and nephew are getting bigger, and I
Hmm.
haven't been to one of their parties at least, and I need to go to one at least. Because like
Yeah.
cinema
Yeah.
presence is good, but they still haven't seen what you look like. You're still a
Yeah.
stranger.
Hmm.
So I can't.
Right.
I don't want
Right.
them to have a mention like, who is this guy? Yeah,
Right.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
yeah,
think that's something a lot of people fail to realize. Like once
Yeah.
again, like people get stuck in their mind and think time froze. And like, I definitely have we not all gone through that as kids where you go to some random family function and somebody you
Yeah.
ain't never seen in your life be like, girl, I knew you was a baby. Okay, well, I'm about
yeah. I don't
16
remember
now.
you.
Yeah, I'm about 16 now. So what I'm gathering is I ain't seen you
Right.
since before I had memories. So
Right.
who are
So
you?
I
Oh yeah,
used to
exactly.
change your
I
diapers.
change your diapers. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay. Yeah, I
well,
don't know if I got no pictures of that, and I don't got no memories of that. So I'm just saying. And the thing
Yeah,
yeah,
is, it's not like you don't believe them. It's just like you don't have a recollection to the memory. Plus, babies don't
you be
remember that
like,
stuff. I
yeah,
don't
but I
remember
think
that.
people be trying to people be pawning that in, right? Like people try to
they do,
pawn that in.
they
Have you
do.
experienced? I'm gonna let Shaquille to get the board, but have you experienced family members who have had no connection with you and have
Oh
basically
yeah,
a frozen concept of you in time, try to pawn their status as auntie, uncle, whatever for your energy? Have you had that happen to you?
yeah. Look,
Like
I've
more
just
times
got
than you can count.
yeah. The funny thing about it is they don't even know that they did it. You know what I mean? To some
Mm,
degree, because so a lot of some of my family are very like in a small town, so very like in a bubble, kind of like little bit more closed minded. You
right.
know, and they are the kind of people, let's say they'll buy you something for Christmas in 2004, and they'll still be talking about that in 2009, 2010, 2011.
2021.
Right. I'm like, that was that one time, And I think that it goes back to like how you can't just pop up in time for 5 minutes and then dip out for 6 years and pop back in for 5 minutes.
Shoot, they be
You
time leaping too, girl.
They do.
Trying to time leap too. They do.
Right. They do it in a reverse though. It's not like they time leap, every day. It's like I'm a time leap real quick and then I'm gonna dip out for 10 years.
When I need something.
When I need something. Right.
Yeah.
Or if it's like if they just want to be able to say something that sounds good on paper kind of thing. Well, I remember back this time when, Sean was a baby and I bought her all this stuff. Yeah, but he was a baby.
I'd be like, and I remember when you wasn't shit for 5 years, but we don't talk about that.
Right. We can't talk about let's not talk about that trauma.
I remember when you had a drinking party, you came to the cookout acting crazy, but we don't talk about that either. Okay.
We ain't gonna talk about it. Right. Boy, just trash. Okay.
Toxic family members.
So toxic. And then the toxic ones come turn around and try to say it's you. Like, oh well, you ain't do okay. Well, but you ain't either. So
right.
Let's talk about this pot in this kettle.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like we in it together.
Time waits for no one. And I think that's why you gotta be good cutting people off.
Yeah. You do. And you have to be all right with loving people from a distance too. Like it don't mean that you don't care about them. It don't mean that you think any less of them, but it's just that energy. I don't have time. Because
I don't have to give you a second chance. Right. Let me bring that theme up.
Let's do it.
You don't get second chances. I tell my child this all the time. Okay, you sitting here crying, boo-hooing, but you sit over here and bomb this test all with confidence. So now I keep that same energy. I don't have to give you a second chance. I feel bad for you, but that does not mean no one in life owes you a second chance. And I be telling my kids that all the time because I think a lot of people are entitled these days. Too entitled. I was like, first of all, I don't owe you second chances. I don't owe you sympathy. I don't even owe you my energy right now.
Right. Nobody got y'all.
Yeah, keep this energy. You was sitting over here just writing stuff in the blanks. Now when I told you got a 50, you sitting here crying.
Oh yeah. What you thought was going to happen.
I don't have to give you a second chance. And honestly, in the situation, I can't. It's your schoolwork. You get one chance to take the test. That's it.
That's it.
And
it's like, and you really have one chance to study it all. And if I can help you study it, I will help you.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd be saying
my grandmother did that to me a lot. That was my dad. That was my mom and dad. my mother and my grandma got me at homeschool. That's what that was. That was to help you, to teach you to learn so you can take the test. A's and B's, that's all I want to see.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Oh, especially history. You don't get to come home and get a D on history.
Oh,
especially if it was some Black history stuff. Oh no. People, no, trust me, with Black families in history, oh heck no.
Yeah,
to do that.
Man.
But that's good though, because they helped you. It's like, and that's what I be saying. I'm here, and it's always finding that balance of like, how do you make people? How do you raise people? How do you have these relationships where you teach people to respect their time, you be available for them, but you don't spoon feed them? Because I always say like, okay, you knew you were struggling. Yeah. So like, at what point do I have to come to you and ask you every day? It's like your responsibility to reach out if you need help. So there's always this like back and forth of like, trying to lead them to make mistakes on their own. And teaching them the hard lesson that nobody in this world, child, cares. Okay, I care. I'm your mama.
Right.
I'm your mama.
Right.
Like, you go out in the world, like, these people ain't gonna care.
Nope.
These tears don't mean nothing. And sorry, we ain't got the color for the tears that matter. So
right.
You're gonna have to reel that in, because your little
tears
real
quick.
Reel it in.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, your tears don't mean nothing in these streets.
You get 5 minutes and then
I mean, cry, but come up with a plan. Right. Come up with what you're gonna do next.
Yeah,
That's
like how we gonna not land in this spot again in the
yeah,
future, which
because
is
we
my
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go
No,
ahead.
that's the tricky thing that I'm learning with my because I have teenagers, and I had to take a step back and I was like, let me like look at this picture from like a different perspective. Like, what does it look like? It
Hmm.
was ugly. I didn't like it.
And they're
I
gonna
was
be
like,
men. They're boys, so they're gonna be men, and men get it extra hard. Like
We do.
nobody really
yes,
We
cares
do.
if you're crying or sad as a man.
no,
They be like, yo,
Nobody.
listen,
no,
you drop your head,
Ye-
like you hit your head, listen, you all right.
yeah,
The same
yeah,
thing that my
exactly.
uncles and your fathers tell the sons. Trust me, they tell it to us
Yeah,
all the time when we got older. Like, yo, you're a man, you can just walk it off. You all right, sir? I got you. You
you're
good?
all right. Yeah,
It don't mean
like I
you
had
don't
to,
care. It just means he trying to
right.
toughen you up to make sure because you have to be better than that. Trust
You
me.
you have to be, and it
Mhm.
goes like how time waits for no one. Circumstances and situations don't come at a convenient time as well. Sometimes you just got to learn to roll with the punches, and you have to learn how to problem solve really quickly. Sometimes you don't get that time to sit there and mope and do all these other things. And when I
Mhm.
realized that, when I really thought about that, I realized that I had been kind of spoon feeding my boys, and I was like, hold on. I was
Mhm.
like,
Mm-mm.
let's pump the brakes real quick, and I was just like, look, because part as a parent, sometimes when you feel kind of like guilty, you tend to try to overcompensate and like
Yeah.
help them, right?
I think that's a
But
woman thing
it's
specifically.
a
I don't
one,
think that's the
yeah.
daddies do that.
No, the
I think the
dads don't do.
daddies be like, he a man. He's gonna be a
Let them
man one
figure
day.
it out,
Maybe a man one
Yeah.
day,
right?
yeah, boy, he could take it.
He'll take
That's
right,
that's
but
yeah, I think the moms, yeah. But go
yeah,
ahead.
but I'm as a mom, because I've spent so much time with my teenagers. I have to be careful, about the message that I'm trying to like give them. So I made some changes, and I said, look, I understand y'all have homeschool, you have homework, you have tests, you have quizzes, but that does not mean that you get an automatic pass on your other responsibilities, because when you become an adult, you're going to have work. You're going to have to cook for yourself. You're going to have to shop for yourself. You're going to have to maintain your car, your hygiene,
And then when you
all of
get a
those things.
family, your wife definitely ain't gonna be trying to hit it.
No.
Oh yeah.
You know how it
You need
is
to
when you
know.
get a relationship,
Right.
us women, it's like, eh?
And back to what ShyCutie is
Right.
saying, it's just like, and I'll speak for both. I'll speak for the guy side for this because the thing it's prepping you to become,
Yeah.
a man in life, but also the time that you're spending, hence it's called leaping through time. That time is going to be cultivated. It'll be in a number of cultivation of years, of which stretches to you becoming an adult. Like it
Mm-hmm.
all has a key role in the grand scheme. In all fairness, it does, because it's
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
that is what it is. So you have to understand, like, yes, you're being groomed in order to be a man. I said the daughter is being literally being blossomed into becoming a woman. So
Yep.
so you have to understand, like, that's really the time duration and the dilation that you're going to go through on both sides.
I
And
liked it. I liked it.
and the
Yeah.
thing is, it's helping us being prepared more often than
Mm-hmm.
not. If I can't, I'll say this: can't balance a checkbook, don't know how to do financial things, don't know how to be responsible, can't lead. I won't name the one thing that most women crave, but if you're not good in that, and let's say AKA bedtime, then yeah, I'm pretty useless to a woman. I'm
Yeah.
pretty useless. At least try to be 4 out of 5.
You
It can
can't
work.
not
There's
have
another thing can
nothing.
be worked on. Oh
You
yeah,
Right.
can't come with nothing.
yeah,
Right. Give me
exactly.
something to work with at least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All my brothers, we all have talents, and we probably have one thing that we're not good at. But even then, I tell them we still manage to snag our ladies. It's for
Yeah.
most of the time what we do talk about. It's just like,
Right.
hey, listen, at least that one thing that we made up that we weren't good at, we improved it over the time, and our girlfriend is now slash wife is seeing the results of that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey man, that's what you're. And I said that's what you're supposed to do. That's the only thing. That's the one thing you work
Right.
on when it's the least effective or the least skill
Yeah.
that you don't have. So
Right.
and
Yep.
that's time being used to benefit the whole family as a whole. So you gotta
Mm-hmm.
understand that too.
Yeah, I
Not
think
just simply just well, it was, I'm just cool after fourth. No, work on that last thing because that might be beneficial to you later on.
You never know.
Yeah.
And that's
Exactly.
what they were having a conversation about on some another channel about what makes a man a man. I'm like, for me, I just feel like a man should be productive. Period.
Yeah.
Like if you're a man and you're not being productive, all the other stuff like social roles and gender, I don't even care about that. But a man should be productive. Like
Exactly.
period.
We got to be productive,
Yeah.
and we got to be like,
Yeah.
I had to say facilitators. I hate using that word. I'm a facilitator now, but I would say we're code calculate. No, we're coding calculators is what we are. We're code calculators, and the thing is, we have to be able to calculate things more than our significant other does sometimes. But also, her ability comes from her being socially
Sociable.
socially calculated. I was about to say social, not sociable, so socially calculated. That's her ability, that's her skill, her and the power she's been given. So she uses those things in order to inform me of things, but also I give her that little chrono calculation of, babe, if we do such and such, would you just plot it out for me? This is what the choices we have.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so you see what I'm saying? That's being productive, as opposed to like, I don't know. Listen, man, you can figure out what you want to do.
That happens a lot.
My cats don't sound like that, but like only
It
that happens a lot.
We don't sound like that. I'm gonna say, okay, what do you need? What time is it? And how beneficial is it? That's me being productive, trying to figure out what we can do to help. I need to know the ins and outs of it so I can come up with a conclusion for it. And also so not to make it so one way, you have to find out other ways. Like I said, there's other venues of everything. And I think Bree gets it. I know, Shy, you both get that too. Even then, my significant other, I would tell her, okay, listen, here's what I tell you. You listen, here's the options I came up with. And also, if you happen to find something that's even better than these three, let me know. I will. We'll go over together and we'll see what works. Because trust me, I can spend a whole day on something you give me, and I can find out to the fullest extent of like what the benefits are. I've done that for people, and they'll be like, "Well, you actually did that? Yeah, dude, I had a day off."
But I think that's naturally what men do. What about your dynamic with your husband, ShyCutie? Is that how I think we're reproductive? A man's supposed to be productive. We're supposed to be reproductive. What does that mean for you as a woman, ShyCutie, to be reproductive of your husband's productivity?
Like for me, I feel like what that means is he produces, he basically is like the provider of the tools, and I figure out how to use them. You know what I mean? Like to the best of my ability, and in a way that is going to be beneficial for the household. So if he's saying that this is what I have, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take what you have, what you presented, and I'm gonna break it down, and I'm gonna try to make this stretch or make this
multiply,
multiply or whatever. Like whatever I see needs to be done, I'm gonna do it. And I think that's what it means to be reproductive for me. I have to just and also being resourceful to some degree. I feel like that's also a strength that we as women have naturally, is that we can definitely, like, if we got to figure it out, we figure it out,
yeah, that's like a talent
way.
Yeah,
right.
Woman is
Be like, look, we got flour and cheese and milk. Okay, well, we about to have some dough.
Right. Some cheese bread, honey.
Right, with some cheese bread. We got $20. Okay. Let me go get some tomatoes real quick. Canned tomatoes.
But I do think that it's interesting because of a lot of the femininity movements that you see, like the feminine journeys, a lot of it ends up making women be like not reproductive. You end up being this source of draining all your husband's productivity because you're spending money on the hair and the nails and this and trying to maintain this image that you think that's what femininity is, because it's like, well, I have to do this to be feminine. And we both seen that when we were going through, like, every woman goes through the femininity journey. We do, especially in the Black community, because we have to grow up so fast typically. Right. But I did not Yeah, I did not like that when I was trying to do the feminine journey. That I was like, dang, a lot of this stuff y'all telling me to do to be like feminine is like draining our bank accounts. Like, I
Right.
feel
I gotta be
like
a millionaire for
it's
this.
like I feel like this
Right.
isn't what
The
my
bank
husband
account.
needs from me. He probably be like, girl,
Right.
you go put that wig,
You're
you
doing the
better go put
most.
them set it off braids in, honey,
Right.
rather than spending $300 out the account. Like, nah, I don't need you to look cute like that. Like, I think it, and so I had to change gears, which to what is true femininity, and I think it's reproducing my husband's effort, making it stretch,
Yep.
being resourceful. Like that's why I started learning how to flip money. Oh, I'm gonna flip this money, get you some crypto. What we flip this 10,000, got 50. Like 50,000.
Right.
That's I feel like for me, that's when I felt like I was in my true femininity when I was flipping my
Right.
husband money, and
Yeah.
he loved it too. Of course he loved it. Like, yeah, I get to go to work, and I know my work is not falling on deaf. It's not going
Exactly.
to waste because she's not gonna be at the house shopping. She's gonna be flipping my money. You
Right.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Right. So
think that's what
you're more. You
yeah,
guys are a unit and you're an asset, and both your unique talents work in conjunction with each other instead of against one another. And
exactly.
Exactly.
I think I need more people to realize that personally, especially in
Oh yeah.
relationships. And
Mm,
Yeah.
that's all. That's the thing is like, sweetheart, either like we can assist one another or we can go against one another. What do you like better?
Right.
That's what I would tell
right.
Yeah.
you. What sounds more beneficial to you in the long run? 'Cause I like
Right.
asking
Yeah.
those questions to them, and I'm just like, what sounds more beneficial to you? She says, working together. Then let's do
Okay.
that.
Let's
Right.
do it.
Simple
Yeah.
enough. Well then you already know my answer. Of course, we would do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like how Brian just described that is like perfect synergy. That's
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
perfect unity
Yeah.
that I like to hear every now and then. I don't hear
Yeah.
about that, but when now
No.
when she said that, I'm like, thank you for telling
Yeah.
me that. I can
Oh
see
Yeah.
why you
yeah.
guys work in conjunction good together. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think and even like women staying home is the same idea, right? You're going to work, so instead of paying daycare stupid money
Right.
to watch your
Stupid
kids, so she
fruity
could go
money.
make. I mean, typically now some women out here making a bag. Hey, if that works for
Yeah,
y'all,
some of them
but
are, but it
Right.
would be the reverse way. Is
yeah,
what it
but
is.
some
Yeah.
women are
I'm
like
reversing. I
not
might agree
making
with that.
enough money to justify putting your
Just
2 or 3 kids in
exactly.
daycare. It's like,
Yes.
girl, are you really? It probably
Are
just be
you
better to just stay home
just
with
stay
them
home?
at
Yeah,
Right.
if
least
he
for
makes,
5 years.
and I've always said that if he's like he can take care of all of y'all, and all your money is going to the house and y'all and the food and all that,
Yeah.
I don't see the problem you staying there now at that point.
Yeah.
Because I told him if I would do it, I work like a wolf more often than not, so I can go out there and work literally to 7 p.m. if I wanted to make
Right.
sure that our
Yeah.
family's all taken care of. That's the benefit I get. You staying home, you tutoring our kids and raising them, not being around strangers and just you,
Right.
us, the unit. Then
Yep.
I'm cool with that. But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you're not gonna have your benefits and perks from it. Trust me. That
Yeah,
day,
you
the
get
Yeah.
days I
you
get
get
off,
perks.
Yeah. It
no.
does.
There's some perks that come with it.
Oh
Like when I
yeah.
take the kids off, that whole day is yours.
Yeah.
I get
You
the kids to myself, and I'll just take them
I
to
have this
amusement park.
running. I have
Yeah,
this running nightmare that we like get a divorce, and then like the nightmare is always me sitting in the house like mad about it because I'm like, damn, I gotta go to work. Like I like in this like it's always this reoccurring nightmare that like we get a divorce and like really I just be sitting in the house in the dream just like, damn, I gotta go to work. Like
Like,
I ain't trying to do
dang,
that. I'd be
that's
mad.
not what I
I get
wanted.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
But
and
it's
most people like to stay home probably just to that. And plus, it's not like they
yeah,
just don't have the chores and the kids to look after. Once the kids are escorted away, they actually have personal hobbies they can do. They might want to go outside and garden.
right.
You know, I didn't mean me and my friends over there in Japan are literally have wives that are just out there in the garden, just building the garden. I'm like, yo, I kind of actually respect
Um
that. I wasn't laughing at him when I said it, but I was like, okay, I actually kind of respect that. I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
and then man, listen, this is what he said. Listen, if you get a Japanese wife and she likes to garden, leave her to her garden.
Right.
my
Gladly,
husband be saying that. Leave your wife
gladly.
alone. Let her
Let her
be over there
go.
doing her little. She ain't going out in the streets hoeing, man. Please let her do because she'll leave you alone.
Yeah, let her.
What about you,
Yeah,
ShyCutie?
exactly.
Because we both stay. Look, we sitting on YouTube right now. I got a pink curly wig on. I can't do this if I had to work. You think I'm trying to go to work? Do I look like I'm trying to go to work to y'all?
Right. Look, I
Tryna
let me tell you, home is enough work for me. I
Yeah, it
wasn't
is.
always in that headspace, but when I really dissected every little thing that I had to take care of and do, I was like, man, what was wrong with me? Why did I want to do that again? But I think
I was
that
sorry.
wait,
This is my friend. He said he watched the movie after watching Ponyo. Yeah, I know
Oh,
you was
nice.
going through
Ponyo's
it.
nice.
We don't talk about Bruno and Ponyo was the I'm really beginning to like anime because of the vast creativity and myriad of ideas that the creators are able to put into their movies and show. I enjoyed this movie. I'm glad you enjoyed it. This is an oldie but
yeah.
goodie.
Arigato.
Yeah, so
Oh
I'm
man,
glad you enjoyed. Yeah,
this one is up there now for me. I
it
agree to
is.
that. I
It is.
like that
I
a
did
lot.
want to ask we kind of got into some deeper things. I did
Oh
want to ask
yeah.
a little light-hearted question. So, if you could time travel, what would you do? Jay, I'm gonna take away your option to go back and change that one thing you didn't like because I already know the answer. I'm just saying, like in a fun way. What's something like silly
Fun?
you would change?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Time travel without changing anything, or just going to see something. Is that what you mean?
You could go see something, or you could change something. We gotta keep it. What would you
Yeah.
do? Just something frivolous, I guess. We wouldn't do that because not to do that. But if you could,
I mean, well, okay. Let's be real. Every guy has like one like high they want to experience. We'll get an
okay,
ability like that. I just want to be honest. We'll do it one time. But okay, if I had to really, and it just pertains to Japan on this one. Honestly,
yeah.
I like to time travel to see Yasuke, the Black Samurai that we had in
Oh, that's
Japan,
cool.
based on our actual history, the first African samurai that we had
Okay.
over there. I actually would like to see him. I ain't gonna
Okay.
interact with him probably because that's probably not good
Yeah.
to do that to mess with the time
Right.
flow. You know how the rules are.
Yeah, you
If
just
I get
watch
to
him
see
from
the brother
afar.
just walking around, being in battle while I'm somewhere else, just see it for like a good. You know what? Give me 40 minutes. Give me 40 minutes.
Right.
That's more than
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
Just to be
because you
able to
Yeah.
can't take
experience that, I
anything
think that
with
would be
you.
cool.
You can't take any weapons or technology with
No,
you.
of course
So
not.
it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah. So just watching that's pretty dope. I think that's a
That'd
good
be pretty nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good moment. Trash can Wade said I'm slapping everybody in reverses. Time at time.
See, he's superficial with it, trash can. Superficial. You want to slap everybody.
He's
in
like, I
reverse.
just want to
It's about
slap
I'm gonna
some
slap
folks
people.
because
Who specifically do you want to slap?
it sounds like
Who you
it's
want
too
to slap?
many.
That's what you only get one time travel. You don't get 90 like in a movie. And you might
Maybe
use
he
all 90
gonna
to slap
time
people.
travel one time and put all 10 people in a circle, slap them, and go back.
What would you do, ShyCutie? And then we'll
You
change it if
know,
you could change a moment in history. We'll do that next. But I want to know what you would do. Not changing nothing like Jay said, just kind of like a nice observing.
If I could
something
change
observing.
Yeah, like you can't
Um,
change it, but you just kind of go to see that moment or see somebody. Like, what would you use your moment, your time
that's
travel
I
for?
don't know. What? Well, you say yours, and I'm gonna think about it a little bit more because I
Me?
don't know.
Okay, no, me, because I haven't.
No,
I
go ahead,
haven't.
Brianna. Go, Brianna.
Yeah, I know we got you,
What would I
Jay.
do? Oh, if
Don't
I could
pick me
time
now.
travel, I would want to go. I want to go back to the you know what? I'm gonna go back to the beginning because I'm trying to see something about the Bible. I'm be like, let
Okay.
me go back. Let me see if this really went down this way.
Right.
Actually, I want to see that flood go down. I want to see that. I want to see the flood. Yeah, I kind of want to see how that went for real. Yeah.
Right.
I'd be like, let me
Okay.
see what's really going on here. Let me see all the animals. Because do you really get all the animals? Because that seems like a lot. I just really would want to go see that.
Okay, so you want to see
Right.
Noah's Ark? Okay.
Yeah, I want to go see Noah's Ark. Because I just feel like some
Genesis, baby.
details. Yeah, are a little off. Just a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's still wild though. Like, I want to go back to that way.
I'm trying to see something. Let me
You know what I've
somebody-
always been? Oh, whoever says
Stop
something
adding
stupid,
rules.
stop adding rules.
I just look. He to my
I want to
Don't
know
do
what
that.
happened with them twin towers. For real,
I'll
for
see.
real.
This my friend. I do love a good mass extinction.
Right.
Hashtag Thanos was right. Keep on saying it every show.
Well,
But go
I
ahead.
gotta wonder, does your husband share your views?
That's
of
been
that?
your going
Nope.
theme about
He's
Thanos.
very peaceful. Yeah, my husband's very peaceful. We got in a legit argument about Thanos when that
Wait, you
when
did?
it first came.
You and the hubby?
When we left the movies, I was like, he was right. Avengers are trash. And he was just like, we really got into it, like a good, strong debate about it. Because I was like, he was right. That's what's wrong with y'all.
Okay, that
Y'all
was my
don't never have
Brianna.
no solutions. Y'all just want to complain about the problem. And y'all don't want to come up. And we was like, really just
Right.
like going back and
Well,
forth.
It goes
Yeah.
back to that everybody just selfishly wants what they want and not really
Yeah.
thinking about like what's the greater
What's
good.
good for overall people, but
Yeah,
Exactly. Oh, but let ShyCutie get hers
Hmm.
out before we go into the
Yeah.
Avengers Hot
Oh,
and
I
Okay.
just
garbage. But go
I
ahead.
really want to know about them twin towers for
Oh,
real.
you want to see what really happened?
I
That's
want
a
to
good one.
know because first of all, what like it didn't make.
Yeah, the
There's too
math
many
not
missing
mathing.
pieces. It
Yeah.
ain't. It's not making sense. Somebody make this make sense to me. Like what?
Yeah, how what
Somebody
I
make this make
yeah.
sense. I got
So
you.
you mean
I
to
see.
tell me some planes crashed and then they disappeared and
Don't
it
get
just
us. Look, don't get me shadow ban.
look?
Don't get me
I
shadow
just want to
ban.
know.
Just
Oh
leave.
no,
Yeah, don't
I
get me
just want to
shadow
know.
ban.
No. I know she wants to know.
You know,
I just want to know the facts.
I was
You
about to
know
say,
what I
you know, the
mean?
AI overlords don't play about them.
Right.
AI
I just want to
Yeah.
know.
overlords.
Like I'm curious. I want to know like what specifically happened. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm
Just some
saying?
little.
Like I just want to know.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
curious about that, you
That's a
know.
good one. So if
Yeah.
y'all could go back and change something, what would you change? Did Jay
What would
go
I
first?
change? Go ahead, Jay. What you got?
No,
I
I'm
know
about
you
to
got
go.
something good. What you got?
Yeah, his
But what I
let me sorry, let me be
don't worry,
specific.
it doesn't pertain to a woman. I
Oh.
promise you it doesn't.
Okay, no, go ahead,
And
go
I
ahead.
need
you
those
good.
experiences personally. I don't regret those experiences. I needed to have some of that in my life, to be
Oh
honest,
yeah,
to
we all
learn.
need something.
So I can't
Yeah.
change that. I
Okay.
wouldn't be as I wouldn't be as straightforward as I am now, probably. If I could change something. And you said that's the moment I picked. Okay.
Yeah, just like maybe like a historical event. If you could pick a
Yeah.
historical event to change, what would you
Historic.
change? Yeah.
Well, you already listen. Okay, here's a good hit for you. Killmonger. Just getting a good idea of that.
Oh, you would go give that speech to the people?
No, now you get the speech. We take
Mm-hmm.
over. That's
Oh,
enough said.
okay.
Hey, he was
Okay.
right. Now he was right.
He was right. He was
So
indeed right as
so
well.
so like I would stop. If anything, I would stop us from coming over here normally. And the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, us. I'm sorry, I said coming, being brought over here. That's the
Mm-hmm.
correct
Okay.
term. Being brought over
Yeah.
here, and
Right.
I would make sure we stayed within our actual place, and we won't be separated from our culture. And that turned into nonsense that we got now. But the difference is, I think we're still loved over here, but we probably wouldn't have Denzel Washington. So that's why I say you gotta look at the negatives. Or we wouldn't have Denzel Washington in those
Right.
movies that you love so much, or Morgan Freeman,
Yeah,
Samuel
I'm
L.
about to say, I
Jackson.
was like,
I
Yeah.
Black
mean,
American culture slaps. I don't know.
yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah. I'm liking
Exactly. So,
it.
I was gonna think of the negatives if I were to do that, and I'm like,
Right.
oh, I'm saving my people. You kidding me, man? I'm about to get my kid about to X. We about to make up the Black X-Men. We about to knock
That's what
this
I'm
out.
saying.
So,
I
but
mean,
yeah, I
well,
think
I
it's
can
gonna be that.
understand it, like stopping people from suffering for
Oh
hundreds of
yes,
years. I mean,
Right.
that's
yeah.
definitely like we understand that it was a necessary. Not well, it's the evil that got us to where we are. I don't know, it was necessary, but we do understand it. But yeah, who wouldn't want to stop
Stop that.
thousands,
Yeah,
millions of people from suffering for
my people.
years
Yeah,
and
you
years
crazy.
just for us to be here in our comfort? Me in a pink wig to my son. Well, I think we turned out all right. Like, yeah, ask
Now,
them how
if
they
they were
felt
here
about it.
naturally of our own accord, then that's different. Then that'd be
Right.
Right.
different. And then it just happened
Yeah.
gradual. Then we come over here and like we're technically in the same space here, but there's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
whatever, none of this crap, getting this whatever, none of that down. I would change all that, of course. That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
I think that's a noble effort. What I'm gonna read trash can way, speak for yourself.
I don't want to be
Being
in no
no
Wait.
man.
effort.
You are
You
right,
be
boy.
having the
Get out of
time of
here. At
your
least you got some
he
culture,
talking
boy.
about it. No,
Toughen
I could
you up.
believe trash can ways. He would say that suffering was well worth
Don't
it. I
let
mean,
Jay
you
time
saying
travel at all. Yo,
I
you
think
shouldn't time travel.
once again, like we could sit here in the comfort of our homes and it was well worth it. But once again, if I had some babies at that moment, I can't say it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand us in our lucky position that we're in now. We like, yeah, we turned out okay. But once again, as a mother, if it was me and my babies back then and somebody could stop it, I definitely would want them to stop it. I'm sorry.
Oh
That's
heck
just
yeah.
how it would have to go.
Yeah.
What about you,
She said reap
ShyCutie?
these benefits.
Uh,
Yeah, we are.
so if I
Whoa,
could
We are.
change,
Change your
right?
moment in
the trash
history.
can, you want
Yeah.
some other stuff, man. I gotta know if he came from another planet. I need to know that.
Nah, he just, he has a unique, but I think I understand like where he's coming from. But once again,
Yeah.
I also understand that if shit, say what you want, but if you was back then, you be like somebody gonna come get me. Where can I get my spaceship to get the fuck out of here? That's what I would be saying
Yeah,
if I
that'd
was
be
in
nice.
slavery. So, but go ahead,
Seriously,
ShyCutie.
like I would not want no parts of that. I no.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Please come save me. But did you
Please.
pick a moment in history you would reverse?
Uh in
That's a
history.
hard one.
It is a hard one. What would I
Hmm.
reverse?
Good
Ah,
question.
Yeah, you haven't figured.
yeah.
I know. I take Christopher Columbus ass off soon as he got out that ship.
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. Nah, bro, turn
Why?
around. I'll head on back to the house.
Why you choose that one?
Yeah, why?
Or
Why?
I have to
Yeah.
break that Thanksgiving meal, honey. They gonna kill y'all. Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's
I
a
get what
trick.
you mean. I
It's a
get what
trap.
you mean. Now I
Yeah,
was
don't
trying to
give them
figure
your
out, like, wait,
food.
why
Don't give them
him?
your food. If you give them this food, they gonna survive. Let their ass die.
Let him die.
His ass out when he stepped on the shore.
Like,
He's
wait,
like, don't
you
worry about it.
coming
I'm
here?
just here to do one thing. Take him out. That's
Kunte
it.
Kinte.
He
And
took
I'ma
out
go
Thanksgiving,
back.
Yeah,
Right.
so that would be my moment. When push
Okay.
Christopher Columbus in the water and hold him down a little bit.
Okay.
Christopher
Yeah, I can't believe
Columbus.
she picked Christopher Columbus of all people. That got me. Like, I'm back in school when I heard that name, Christopher Columbus.
Yeah,
Right.
that'll be my thing.
I'll go
Okay.
back and slap that apple out of Eve's hand. I tell you that much.
You say not
Okay.
stupid smack. You gonna put that
Well, ask the
down?
next question. Do you know
Girl,
what that is?
what you doing?
Am I bitching you crazy? Put that down.
Do
Yeah,
you
I'm about to say, like, do you
realize?
know? Okay, so let me ask you, do you know
Mhm.
where that is?
What,
No.
the Garden of Eden? She said she got to find
Yeah,
her
the
way
Garden
there.
of Eden. Like, do you know where it's at? Like, where on Earth is that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think it's in another realm. I think it's in another
Yeah, I
That's
dimension.
what I'm thinking too. I don't think it's
Yeah.
here. I'm like, wait, how would you go to that? Tell me. How?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere
I'm
where
thinking
we
Dreamland. I'm
right.
not here
He
to
said
hear that.
Dreamland. I heard
Dreamland.
Dreamland.
It's somewhere
come
where
through.
we're not supposed to see it. I think that's what
Yeah,
I
they got
Above the
kicked
clouds.
out. I think it
Yeah, I was
speaks to
like,
their sight, their vision, their perception of
right.
other dimensions was taken from
Probably.
them.
She need a really
Yeah.
good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, I think
if you don't put this apple down, girl,
Yeah, because you
got
have the
get us
pain. You
all
have the
in
pain of
trouble.
childbirth because of
Right.
her and
Right.
all
Oh
of that.
yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
what's her
Hold
name?
up.
Princess K said that on my
I'm
stream. And I remember she said that. I forgot. I completely forgot. That's why y'all have
yeah,
pain of
I was
childbirth.
like,
Yeah, I
come
might
on,
have to go
Eve.
back with ChyCutie and stump her out a little bit.
Right, like we gonna you look,
But
you
Princess K
get
might
her,
actually join
you
y'all
get
two
her
on that
left, I get
venture. I
her
know
right.
because of what she said. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stomp her
Yeah,
out.
you knock her and then we gonna curve stomp her together.
Right,
Because that's
right.
because I know women
We
hate
gonna
that.
go switch that
Yeah.
apple out for the right fruit and give it to Adam. We
Now
ain't
she gonna
gonna give
switch that apple out for these hands.
Give them an orange
That switch that apple out for these hands.
or a fig Newton.
Yeah, instead of feeding me, she wouldn't eat
Fig
that shit.
Newton.
Those things are disgusting.
Like, girl, don't you get him that?
How about you
Yeah,
go back
like,
in
if you
time
do
and show
that-
MLK how we live in the day and all the things he sacrificed for show him Chicago? It seemed like he kind of understood right before he was they took him out of there. He
They
kind
took
of
him out.
realized the error in his way. So I don't think he need me to go back and tell him that. I think he
You tell
I
him.
think he
I'm
got
like,
that point on
yeah, I
that
think
day.
he realized it, and that's why he had to get out of here. I think that's,
Yeah, he
that's
had to
what
go.
happened with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but once again, we always had a caveat of we wouldn't be where we were today if it
more
wasn't
without
for the things
without the events.
Yeah.
of the
I
past.
mean,
so,
we've come a long way. It was rough. But
yeah. But
I'm
I
glad you're born in
definitely,
this time.
yeah,
Good to
I think
know.
it's a
Right.
great time, especially as a creative. I'm thankful every day that I can sit here and be my authentic self and actually have the comfort of in a first world country. Because let's be real, we could have been born in another country where we have to walk
Right.
around with
The
just
whole
our
view is
eyes
completely
showing.
different.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
our life would be completely
seriously.
different. So I'm always grateful
Yeah.
every day when I put on these crazy ass outfits to come on these YouTube streets that I can
Right.
do that.
Right.
Because some people can't.
And the more that I've never been really good in history, like, in school, because it's just so many facts. But the older I get, the more that I do really kind of try to make an effort to learn about, what's going on with other countries. It gives me a completely different, like, appreciation for where I am, because I honestly don't know how I would survive if I had to live in certain conditions that other countries have to live in. There's countries who still dealing with communism. There's countries who are poor because their leaders taking all the
world.
Yeah. And so, like, thinking about that, just even a simple fact that I could just go to the grocery store, buy food and groceries for my whole house, and there are some people who can barely feed themselves and one child. It just gives me.
Yeah,
that's real. Yeah. So I think it's really sad when you think about it, because it's not really much you can really do about that, but also makes me appreciative of just where we are, because we could have landed differently. We could not be where we are. We could be in another country where we have to be under some crazy leader who does what they want to do and not care about the people. So
my ancestors didn't go through that for me to be on no basic bitch.
I love her.
Right. No, we
ain't sitting over here. My ancestors
like, girl, you better take that freedom off and be big, right?
Look, I have never been the type that yields to the status quo.
Yeah.
I was like, my ancestors did not put me here to be like the rest of you niggas.
Seriously.
That's what I had to tell people,
get in line and things like that. Yeah, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
I have to be my I have to be my most authentic self. And by me being my most authentic self and my best self, then I can rise beyond what the status quo is. But if you're trying to do what everybody else does, why do you expect different results? So that's why I always say, like, it would be spitting on that grade to be sitting here and trying to like water myself down for you niggas. Like, I used to have to tell people that in high school. Like,
you got to understand that too. It's like,
right.
You want to rise like a phoenix and fly to the moon, or do you want to fall to the mud of a swamp and just drown in?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Here she come. Well, we're right at 1 hour and 30 minutes. I enjoy having this conversation. I enjoy having this conversation. My 3-year-old is angry. So I enjoyed talking to y'all. Thanks for coming on, Jay. We look forward to seeing you. We love your commentary. You're always welcome when we have these open discussions. And Jay, it was funny because Jay had a lot to say about our silly draft.
Your draft last night. That was not last night, last afternoon. That was crazy, yo. Oh man. I mean, I loved it regardless, because controversy. No, sorry about that. The controversy that you guys had was really good, and I enjoyed it. And I do the best that I can, at least for like the sisters and the brothers out here, just so that you guys have a place to come to if you want to talk, chat. And also, I have a secondary channel. It's called COHOST Live. I got to contact my little brother, and we're gonna start doing it's gonna be on Mondays, and we're gonna do it at 5. So we won't overshadow my girl Breeze, and I'll have time to come on hers, and we can do our stuff.
Okay.
And the thing is, we do want you to come on. That way, you can talk about the series that we talk about, and if you have any, I guess. If you have any remarks or anything positive or compliments to say, we want you on. We come not just in the chat. We want you to come on to actually talk.
Oh, nice.
So we are going to do that. I'm going to be playing with the new app this whole week to figure out what's going on. But
what is it? What is it called again? What's the channel?
It's called COHOST Live, and I've recently started that one, and it should look like 4. It should be look exactly like the COHOST guys that you see. It should have 3 to 4 videos on it so far, but the purpose of us to just the fact that we Black people can come on and talk about anime, which I really love, the genuineness that you do love it. Didn't see that I love that when I was younger. Only with the dudes that we like. It was just the dudes that was just rocking this out. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
like I'm talking about, you would even have brothers from the hood that be having Pokemon cards, Digimon cards. Like they go on.
Yeah,
football players, they would have the football cards and the Digimon and Pokemon. Like they make money off this, bro. Like people understand. Like we had a hustle back then, and it was a trend and a fad that we still love. But I just love seeing more of my Black people coming out saying that they genuinely love this stuff. That makes me happy to see it, especially sisters. That means a lot more to me now. Like if I've got some sisters like it, ShyCutie, Kawaii, Bree, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna love that. Like you guys love it. You're muted, sister.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Trying to step up my shonen game for y'all. I really am. Because I do know, like, even though it's not, it's like that's the One Piece, the big 3, or like
Well, I mean, there are a lot of episodes. I know. You told me why. I get.
I be trying not to have panic attacks when I see all them damn episodes, but it's okay. I understand with signing up for this. I think we all could connect. We're anime fans, deep anime fans, and we respect each other's taste. But I definitely do know, like, being in this space, I want to be able to like connect with all anime fans and have those conversations about the big 3 and stuff like that. So it's worth it to me, I'm like, and I probably will end up liking it once I get into it. It's just,
Oh, and also
what is this?
I did catch up with Darling cosplay. I don't want to cut you off, ShyCutie. I did catch up with
Oh
that.
yeah, no, you good.
And I do like the animation for it because I actually know a cosplayer.
Really nice.
I actually know her really well. And I'm probably gonna have her on to talk about it if I can get her to talk about it a little bit, because I caught up to it and she said she liked to speak about it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll record it and we'll get on. We'll talk about it. I'll have you.
Oh, let me put I'm gonna put your channel link in the chat if I can. Well, I be feeling like a boomer or something. Like I be trying to figure out how to like share. I cannot figure this out.
You okay? You got it.
No, I'm like, how do I get because I'm used to doing everything on my mobile phone. So when I have to start doing stuff on the computer, I'd be like, wait, how do I do this on the computer? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up so I can feed the little one. Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna let us all go out together. And I have another show on Thursday. We'll be watching My Dress Up Darling and playing Women of Zal, or maybe not. I don't know what we're doing. Don't get me lying. But I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.
All right.
Bye.